We're back!
Oh, we back.
Leo, how you feeling about some Pipper?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good, Derek. Feeling pretty good about some PPR mock drafts, as they call them.
Shit show right from the beginning. So we're back. This is Bench Stash. I am Derek, the procurer of fantasy championships.
Oh my God, you win like a few championships a couple years in a row, and all of a sudden it's all you're talking about.
It's a yearly occurrence.
Oh my God, so 2 years in a row it is. It's not. You can't stay yearly till you're a dynasty. You win this year, and then I'll give it to you. But you're not gonna win this year. I'll make sure of it.
I'm just gonna bookmark this video so that when I win again, we can revisit this conversation. All right, so we are starting a mock PPR draft. Last week we did a standard. So before this begins in T-minus 13 seconds, Leo, tell the viewers, the wonderful viewers out there, how you feel about PPR, Pipper.
Yeah, so for the uninitiated, PPR means point per reception, and it means anytime a receiver or running back catches the ball, they get a point, regardless of what they do with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Why is this a thing?
Frankly, I think it makes things easier. Like, it makes players who are, like, low yardage and don't score touchdowns viable. You know, like they have a lot of receptions but not a lot of yardage. They become viable in this format.
The Jarvis Landrys of the world.
The Jarvis Landrys, yeah. So I think it's like easier. I'm not like the hugest fan of it, but like it's fine. Oh my God, Lev Bell's gonna fall into my lap at the number 2 spot. Are you kidding me right now? The dankest of draft picks. I'm locking it in. I don't even have to think about it.
That's some value right there.
Oh my God, that value from the 1 to the 2 spot.
Well, it's gonna be my pick, so you should probably just stop talking at this point.
Oh.
So I am going to nab one of the elite receivers. Well, let's see if Zeke falls into my lap. But
he probably will.
Since this is PPR, I think, with Odell and Julio sitting out there. Julio. Orange Julius. Or I can just take Teal Julius in the first round.
Oh my God, this would be terrible now that he's got Cutler. Just go for it.
All right,
your choices.
Odell or Julio. I think I have to go with the elite Julio Jones here at the 5 pick.
Okay.
This is PPR. I mean, Odell has Brandon. Have you seen the Brandon Marshall videos from
Of course,
camp?
I've seen them. He looks like an unstoppable freight train.
Yeah, and I mean, who does Julio have opposite?
Like no one. I think actually there's no one else on the team.
Yeah, that's it. It's Julio Jones. So he's going to just be soaking up those receptions, which is what you want.
There's like it's splitting hairs between those two. They're both so elite in that top 3 tier.
And this is PPR, so I'm probably going to look to stack up yield wide receivers early, especially at the 5 spot, because this year the consensus top 3 are basically running backs. I mean, AB went 3rd overall, but in most mocks, you're seeing DJ, Lev Bell, Zeke go in the top 3, which means if you're sitting somewhere in the middle, you have a lot of choices for wide receiver.
A lot of choices, yeah. And PPR is like the scoring format where 0RB becomes like viable, especially if it's like 3 wide receivers and a flex. Like as soon as you start more than 2 wide receivers and it's PPR, it starts to become a little bit viable. So yeah, wouldn't be terrible to just run with that first wide receiver and stack some paper, as the kids say.
Yeah, stack them blue faces.
What's a blue face?
Apparently, it's the new $100 bill.
Oh, does it have a blue face? Oh,
I guess. I mean, that's what the rappers are saying.
I've never made $100, so I don't even know what it looks like. I have no idea.
If this fantasy season treats you well, you might be seeing some blue faces, or a singular blue face.
Bench Stash is going to net us exactly $100 from I don't know where, but somewhere.
Somebody will just pay us for our take.
That was a good take. Here's a blue face.
That's the name of my fantasy team.
All right. You can do that if you want that to be your life.
Drew face, and then I have to draft Drew Brees.
Oh my God! I mean, that wouldn't be bad if he's good this year. He's got that good value, doesn't he? Go in like the mid rounds, which is always a nice spot for Breezes.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Thomas. So we've completely glossed over what has been happening in this mock, but it's
so
pretty
far
standard. McCoy,
Gordon,
Freeman,
crazy.
Jordy Nelson going at the end of the first.
Yeah, it's like a little high, but I guess in PPR you think that he's probably gonna get a ton of
No.
volume. Oh, Amari. Yeah, that would have been good if he made it too. He's definitely better in PPR with those low touchdown
Yeah,
totals.
but this is a year, third year in the league.
Third year
Oh,
leap.
he's primed for a breakout season. Who's it gonna be though? Maybe a Ty? Brandon Cooks.
Wow, that's
Woo!
really high. And PPR, okay, that's a terrible pick. That's legit a really bad pick. But good for them, I guess. If they want to do that, they want to make bad draft picks.
But they got a Mike Evans and a Brandon Cooks on their team.
I don't like that. Mike Evans is boomer bust to me, and like Cooks is also that. Cooks isn't gonna get like a ton of targets. He's not like a
Just
PPR machine.
imagine when they boom on the same week.
Yeah, imagine when they bust on the same week. Oh well, sorry. Whatever this guy's name is, three eyes. I.
Man, Jay Howard is still
I.
out there. I
Oh, you're
might
gonna
have to
take
take
him?
that value if he falls to me.
I know who I would take in your spot. I'm gonna highlight him, but I'm not gonna say, so you'll just look foolish.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many good wide receivers just sitting there, but it's a little early. I think I'm just going to take the value of Jordan Howard,
Mm.
who is a first round pick. And apparently he's going to get more involved in the passing game. So
Ooh.
I'm going Jay Howe. I like it.
Jay How?
He is a potential RB1, or should be an RB1 actually. So
Yeah, I mean, if that offense can like be productive enough to like not be the Rams last season, he should be a solid RB1.
did you see Trubisky tonight?
I did not see.
Future star.
Wait, what did you call him like right before this? What was the nickname for him?
99 problems, but a Mitch ain't one.
Mitch. Yes. Oh, that's not really a nickname.
Ah,
It was just a pun you made.
yeah. Well, it can be his nickname now.
Um,
It's a little bit wordy,
it's
but
a little long. I like
that's what
Mitchell
she said.
Trubisky.
Okay, that
All right, I'm
works.
hoping Doug Baldwin. Oh, Dougie Fresh falls in my lap.
Is that who you highlighted for me? Because
That's who
that's
I
who I.
highlighted.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's PPR. His touchdowns probably aren't going to get above like 6, but he'll probably catch close to 100 passes, which is
Wow.
money in PPR. Yeah, easy, bro.
That's a
Don't even.
take.
That's
That's
a
a
that's a
take right
take
there.
right there. I'm gonna take Doug Baldwin. I like it. He's at least a low end wide receiver one in PPR.
There you go. And you're gonna have some pretty juicy options coming back around.
Yeah, oh, there goes
There's
Pryor, who I probably wouldn't have taken, but ooh, okay, I'm got a guy
Demarius.
highlighted. Yeah, I'm highlighting Demarius. He seems like the obvious option if he makes it to me.
Demarius Targaryen.
Because since I have Lev and it's PPR, I would be fine not touching running back for like another 3 or 4 rounds, and then
Yeah,
just like
that's
stack
that's
pass
basically
catchers.
where I'm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Marshawn
Marshawn.
Lynch.
Ooh.
What
All right.
the hell is that?
I'm gonna take Demarius. This feels like a very safe wide receiver tandem to me. Neither like super high ceiling, but the floor and PPR are so safe that then I can just take risky wide receivers after this, and that'll be a
Mm,
noise. Who
let's
you looking at?
see. I'm looking at a Keenan Allen. Ah, okay, he fell into my lap. All right.
There you go.
Keenan Allen, he's basically perfect. I mean, when he's healthy for the PPR format, because he's
Yeah.
one of those guys that just soaks in the targets. Apparently, he looks as good as ever, but that could be training camp hyperbole. You never know what to trust. But a healthy Keenan Allen with a Phillip Rivers, I mean, it's PPR magic. So Keenan
Yeah.
Allen in the middle of the third round, you can't complain about that pick.
Yeah, I mean, if he stays healthy all year, he is a wide receiver one. So it's worth the shot, especially as your wide receiver two. Like it's not going to kill you if he busts.
Yeah, no, it's a good start so far. I mean, Julio and Keenan. In a PPR, you got, one of the top wide receivers in the league and then a PPR stud in Keenan Allen. So
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It is an
I think I already
acceptable
won the
start.
draft. It's over.
Round 3, you won. Just log out, auto the rest of the way. It's fine. Uh, this
So
Gronk
how you
pick
feeling?
right after me was interesting. I think I hate that.
There's,
Just throwing that
there's
out there.
there's some confounding picks so far in this mock.
Yeah, this is how we
And
keep having stuff fall into our laps where it's like, how did that just happen?
but I mean, this will probably happen in a lot of leagues
That's true.
unless you're dealing with 12 fantasy experts. There's always the one person out there that makes horrific draft decisions.
And there it is again, Isaiah Crowell in the 3rd round. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, man. Even in PPR, Crow, how you feeling?
I hate it. I hate
Oh,
it. It's like
oh.
less crazy in standard, just because like maybe the touchdown upside, but he's on such a bad team that doesn't have a real quarterback. I can't
Are
imagine a
they bad
situation.
though?
Oh,
Are they?
oh, good follow-up question. Smart question. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, you convince me.
Unless Deshaun Kaiser Wilhelm is like the second coming of Kaiser Wilhelm himself, they're gonna
Well,
be
he put
bad.
up some numbers in their first preseason game. He
Oh
was looking
man.
like a future Hall of Famer,
I mean, all
Deshaun
right, never
Kaiser.
mind. I'm wrong. Crow's the pick then. If he's good in his first
Damn.
preseason game, then it's lock.
Look at this third round. It's a run on running backs, and then Aaron
It
Rodgers kind of
is.
right in the middle of it.
Yeah, that was a weird pick. Yeah, I'm surprised to see some of these like McCaffrey kind of consistently goes in the third round, especially in PPR. But like Montgomery, that's kind of early for the same with Cook. I know that
Yeah, now
Latavius missed like all of the offseason programs so far, so that's kind of helped Cook's stock a little bit, but still kind of high.
yeah, and the beat writers in Minnesota are talking him up like he's going to be the next great thing. So
It's hard to picture in that situation. Like even if Latavius wasn't on the team, he's still behind a bad offensive line on a bad offense. So I don't know if
yeah,
Cook's
you have to
ceiling is that
think
high.
that if they do utilize Tay Train, then it's going to be in the red zone or
Yeah.
like goal line situation. So I think his upside is a bit capped, especially in the third round. That's really high. You're drafting him at a ceiling there.
He could easily turn into like an Amir Abdullah or like a Paul Perkins, where like he's only the early down back between the 20s, and he doesn't get touchdowns. He
Whoa,
doesn't really
whoa,
catch
whoa,
passes.
whoa. Don't be clowning on my P squared
Oh
like
right,
that.
I forgot that you love Paul Perkins. Oh, my mistake.
He is this year's Jordan Howard.
Is he? Okay, we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm
We'll
telling you.
see.
Tyreek! That was my pick.
Oh,
But there's no
that'd be
way
good.
realistic. No way realistically he was going to make it that far in the fourth
Yeah.
round. And he is supposedly the stud of the Chiefs training camp.
We'll see, man. I'm a little worried about him. It has shades of like Cordell Patterson and like Percy Harvin years ago, of like this like gadget quickster who has like a big season and all of a sudden he's the next big thing. So I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about him in the fourth round?
Yeah, I'd
Where
probably
would he
do it.
fall?
I would take him as like my third wide receiver, basically.
So what that person just did.
Yeah.
Luke sucks at Madden.
Not with on
Because
his team though, where like Cook was his first running back. Like he should have taken a different. He should have taken a running back there. Like I'd
you
do
know
it
who's
if I.
just sitting right now? Sorry to
What
interject,
did you
but
just
Carlos
say?
Hyde is just sitting out there,
Yeah, that's
isn't he?
he's out there. Yeah, that's a
I
good
mean, I
pick if
don't
he
know.
makes it to you.
I mean, there's also safe wide receivers like Landry and Crabtree, Alshon Jeffries, plural.
Oh, there
Oh
goes
no,
Jeffrey.
there you go.
I'm less high on Landry now that Tannehill's gone, because Tannehill like really force fed him, and I don't really know if that's Cutler's style to force feed like the slot guy. I feel like he's more likely to just huck it.
And there's the Jarvis
No,
Landrys.
so it doesn't matter.
So I think I'm just gonna back up what I'm saying here and take one Carlos Hyde,
I like it.
who does get involved a little bit in the passing game.
Yeah.
You know, he has been looking good in training camp. He's kind of the forgotten man right now, I feel, with his fourth round ADP. And
Yeah.
I don't really care what the format is. If you can get Carlos Hyde that late in the fourth round, that's a screaming hot value, as we would like to say.
Yeah, he was the RB7 until he got hurt last season. So like he is like a bona fide RB1 when he's healthy, and I guess that's a concern, but it's still a good pick here. Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
You just lost out on your Mixon. That was
I was
it, I
not
know.
going to take Mixon. All right, guys that interest me are Crabtree, Golden Tate. One of those two
How
is who
about
I'm going to take here. What?
you don't want to take a Martavis Bryant? He just got cleared for all football activities.
No, not not over one of these other guys. Although I do need a pair upside with this like this grouping.
Safe tandem.
But I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one more safe boy.
You're going to take
And,
Crab, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna take Golden Tate.
Terrible choice.
Waboom. Yeah, I feel like Crab's touchdowns are gonna regress from last season. I don't think he's gonna do that again. He's a slot guy. Like I just don't think that's really that reproducible. I'd rather take Tate and his like 90 plus PPR catches. Oh, all right.
And it's back to you. You can take Crab now if you want.
I'm probably gonna take Martavis Bryant here. The other guy I would consider is Mike Gillislee. as like is he the starter in New England? If he is, then like that's really valuable.
Such a big question mark.
Yeah,
my mind's saying no, but my body's saying yes.
I'm gonna continue this weird like half zero RB draft and take Martavis Bryant. Now that I have 3 safe guys, just swing for the fences.
I like it. Boom or bust. I mean, he was pretty explosive, like your bathroom after Taco Bell.
Oh,
the last time we saw him on the field
at Taco Bell. Okay.
Okay. We're up. Let's see. Actually, I already have 2 running backs that are arguably RB1s.
Yeah, you're in pretty.
So
good
I think
situation.
I need to start stacking some blue faces or wide receivers here. Oh man, what round are we? 5th round? Ooh, there's a Devonta. I don't like Devonta Adams, man. I can't do it.
I'm not into it.
I can't
do
it. I'm going to go ahead because of the format. I'm going to take another PPR guy here. Probably a little bit high, but I don't know how much longer he'll last.
Crowder,
with the Jamison Crowder. Apparently, I mean, it's his 3rd year in the league. He's got a lot of hype behind him. And, I mean, there's some openings in the wide receiving core for the Washington Redskins, who have an elite quarterback, by the way, in Kirk Cousins.
They have an above-average quarterback, Kirk Cousins, which is more than I was willing to see last offseason, so it's still a victory for you.
I was all about Kirk Cousins last year. Where did he finish? I
actually don't remember, but he was a QB1. I know that much. So
he was a top half of the QB1.
Okay, all right, Kirky. Yeah, I like Crowder. Though that like wide receiver, that receiving group is interesting because if everyone's healthy, then like no one's probably good. Like if Doxson and Reed play the full season, then it's too crowded and no one really has that good of a season. But
it's too crowded.
Too crowded. But if they don't, which is like much more likely, given Doxson is already injured and Reed I think he's injured too. I think I've seen like
he basically has one leg, Doxson.
Yeah. So it could easily be like Pryor and Crowder as the tandem for the majority of the season. So I like it.
Yeah, and Crowder was actually getting an uptick in red zone usage last year. So I know they want to get Doxson in that role because of his frame. He's like that athletic freak. He's tall and lanky. And when he did play, they tried to find him in the back of the end zone, but his health is a big concern. So Crowder in the 5th round, at the very least, he's going to soak up, 8 to 10 catches a game. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, that's possible for sure. Maybe they're off the line of scrimmage. 10 catches for 3 yards.
Hey, that's a 10-point game.
PPR, it's still, that's not bad. Hashtag
10.3, baby. And one of those is a touchdown. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's a pretty good week, actually. Stephon Diggity. There he goes.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs was the other guy I was looking at because he also kind of fits in the same mold as a Jamison Crowder. Yeah. But he probably has a little bit more upside because, I mean, he should be the guy in Minnesota. The guy.
Yeah, it's tough because he should be the number 1, but it's like a much worse offense, whereas Crowder's probably the 2, but it's like he's a better offense, so probably cancels
out. A better
out.
Quarterback.
Better, yes. Yes, Kirk Cousins is better than Sam Bradford. I don't think
Sammy
anyone
Bagels?
would argue that, yeah. Than Sammy Bagel Bites.
All right, so who's left? We got a Brandon Marshall sitting out there, at Kelvin Benjamins.
Kelvin Benjamin, who apparently dominated the first preseason game.
Yeah, I saw that touchdown catch. It was vintage Kelvin Benjamin. But he always kind of has these highlight reel catches, and then he drops the next 10.
And then the next one bounces off his face. And it's like, oh, shit.
They're like, how did that even happen?
Yeah, he's one of those.
Abdullah.
This guy in the 12 spot, cool with the K, he's going robust RB in PPR. He's like, screw this. I got Kelsey. I got 3 running backs, but none of which I'd be like super confident in. Like, I guess Ajayi's probably safe.
Yeah. I mean, Freeman just signed that huge contract, so
that's a good sign for him.
That means he's going to tank. He doesn't have anything to play for.
He's lazy now. That argument.
Coleman's just going to come and steal the job. Yeah.
If that's the case,
I mean, there's no statistical basis behind it.
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again.
We've anecdotally seen it happen. Oh, there goes B Marsh.
Your boy. Were you hoping he would fall to you?
No.
I can see it in your eyes that you're lying to me right
I
now.
like him more in standard, where like it's just the touchdown upside. In PPR, I feel like he's probably not that Gucci, probably not very Gucci bandana, as the kids might say.
I don't think they would say that, but
Oh, you know,
I'll
as the one
I'll
who's
let you
around
slide.
kids.
That makes me sound like a pedophile.
Hey man, that's up to the audience. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna let them
We'll let
decide how
them
to take
infer
it.
whatever they want to
Yeah. Here's
infer.
a vague statement, infer what you will. That seems right.
Uh, I feel like I should defend myself, but it makes it more interesting if I don't.
The
So,
mystique. Ooh, is he a pedophile? I don't know. How tantalizing.
yeah, I mean he's a pedophile that's really into fantasy football, so
A
you can
winning
trust his
combo.
opinions. All right, let's see. I have my three elite wide receivers in Julio, Keenan, and Jamison Crowder.
That's the most exciting one.
I mean, there's still a Kelvin Benjamin out there in the sixth round. That's probably worth
It's pretty
looking
good at
at.
this point, yeah.
I mean, you have guys like Eric Decker, Dante Moncrief, and then
Moncrief.
some boom or bust guys like Deshaun Jackson. Oh man, let's see what's left in the RB.
Yeah, it's getting ugly now.
We got a
Oh, there
Mark
goes your
Ingram.
Perkins right
Oh,
before
he
you.
squared in the sixth round. I love it.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
bit
stick with
high.
wide receiver here. I'm gonna take Kelvin Benjamin. I
Yeah, I
think
think that's good.
late sixth round, the value's there. You have to take him. And as my fourth wide receiver, there's not really a lot to lose. Theoretically, he should be the one there, and that's worth something in PPR. I mean, he's kind of the
Something.
guy in the red zone.
It's worth something.
So yeah, he should see a high volume of targets. Should being the key word. My
Mm,
hedging, but
yeah.
as a wide receiver four, I mean, basically you're looking at potential upside here. So I like what I see in a Kelvin Benjamin.
Sure, sure, sure. What round
So
are we in?
who
Sixth? Okay.
sixth round? Who you got your eye on?
I'm probably gonna take a running back at this point. Man, if the Jets were even just like a little bit better, I'd take Powell in a PPR. But I think they're just like so bad that like it's not even like I don't want anyone on the team in any format, even a like Jets per points per jet format. I'm going to take. Oof.
Tevin Coleman.
I was trying to decide between him and Mark Ingram. I think I'll go with Coleman. It's just like a slightly less crowded backfield and a arguably just as good offense.
Yeah, in PPR you have to like Coleman standalone value as
Yeah,
well.
he definitely has standalone value, and like the upside is always there. Freeman goes down, or is, as you say, lazy now that he's got a
Just
contract.
just bust completely.
Yeah, maybe Ingram makes it back to me, or my boy Edward R. Lacers.
Apparently he's running with the second team though, right?
Yeah, which isn't great. I mean, I've also seen that attributed to like that he's like getting adjusted to a new offense. I don't know. I'm not gonna take either of them. I'm gonna go with the screamingest of hot values and Russell Wilson in the seventh round. Lock it
QBs,
in.
yeah.
Would
Lock
don't
it
wouldn't
in.
normally, but he's like probably a top five quarterback if he's healthy. So seventh round, yeah, got to do it.
So he's just behind Kirk Cousins. Is that what you're saying?
He is exactly Kirk Cousins, so you should probably take Kirk Cousins.
Well, there's a Mark Ingram sitting out there. There's a Derrick Henry sitting out there, which might be interesting. PPR, I don't like it as much, but
Mm.
he's like the prototypical perfect mid-round RB to take because apparently he's breathing down DeMarco DeMurray's neck, and they're gonna try to get him a little bit more involved. And if Murray goes
Mm.
down, that's the guy you want because he steps right into an RB1 role. I mean, Tennessee has an elite offensive line, and they're built around the run. All right. So Mark Ingram is there, which would be an interesting third running back.
Yeah.
Again, there's very little risk. But if we're looking at the wide receivers that are just floating around, we have an Eric Decker, Dante Moncrief in the seventh. I think I'm gonna have to go Ingram here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna load so my running back three. I
Hmm.
mean, he's kind of like a Carlos Hyde in the sense that he's a forgotten man with
Hmm.
AP being signed. But I mean, Adrian Peterson is old.
Yeah, 32,
And
I believe. Yeah.
and when he came back last year at the end of the year, he looked the part. He looked like Old Man River.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very least, they're going to split reps. I don't think we're going to see AP run away with the job.
No.
And in the 7th round, I mean, Mark Ingram was a guy that was going in the top 2 rounds last year. That's a huge fall in terms of ADP. And he had monster games.
Yeah.
I mean, he still looked like he was explosive. And as a running back 3, I mean, again, there's not a lot to lose for me in the 7th round here because at the most he would be a flex play. I mean, a fill-in on a bye week, or if one of my guys goes down, he's an RB2, which I'm still okay with.
Yep, I'm with you. He is like a pretty safe pick that has like a path to like high upside.
Yep. Exactly right. I was looking at maybe an Eric Decker. He's also one of those guys that seems to always consistently produce like a 10-point line. So that's a safe pick, but I think I'm going to go with the upside of Mark Ingram in the running back field because I have 4 theoretically solid wide receivers already. There's Henry. There's Frank Gore. Andrew Luck. Oh, Jameis Winston.
The quarterback run begins. That's too high for Winston for me.
Yeah, Mariota. Mariota's a guy I really like this year.
Yeah.
Assuming that he gets drafted around where his ADP is, which is in the 10th round, I think.
Yeah, there he's
If you get a Mariota in the 10th round, that's fantastic. But it didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. So now I can go back. Let's see if there's a tight end that's just sitting out. A Hunter Henry. Oh! Okay.
He's not.
Milf Hunter just went. He just went. I was thinking about taking him there.
First P squared, now H squared. Oh my God.
But Moncrief is still sitting out there, so I'm just going to take Moncrief.
Yeah, there's good upside there.
There's upside there again, similar to the Mark Ingram. He's kind of post hype a little bit, so his ADP has dropped significantly. Last year he was getting drafted in the 4th round, 5th round at the latest, and because of his injury, and he's already been injured again. So I think his ADP is going to drop even more, and you're up.
And I am up. None of these like tight ends especially interest me. Looking at the running backs, I want to vomit. Not Terrence West. Like, why is Kareem Hunt even like listed this high? Are you kidding me? Neither with Samaje
Perine. The job.
Perine, the fumbling machine.
Wait, hold on. Can we just talk about ASJ for a second? Apparently, he's going to be the guy. I know you said you didn't want to take any Jets, but
yeah, I don't really care. He's on the Jets. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna take Duke Johnson. Because PPR is basically the reasoning. And if Corell goes down, and then he's the 3 down back there. So.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna get time in like the slot.
Yeah, I saw that too. That he's like running legit routes and stuff. Which.
Yeah, I mean it could just be bullshit, but
it's
worth looking into. You know, in the 8th round, there's not a lot to lose. That's the part of the draft that we're at right now. So we're just going for upside, potential starters in the making. So we're looking at their situation, how many guys are ahead of them, you know, if they'll actually be the guy if there's an injury. Tarek Cohen, all right. This draft is officially interesting now. We're looking at the 8th round here. You know, we have a run on quarterbacks: Kyle Rudolph, Hunter Henry, Devontae Parker. That's a pretty solid pick in the 8th round.
Yeah.
I think with Jay Cutler, he'll be valuable again.
Yeah, he kind of has that like Alshon thing going on for him, the big-bodied leaper.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with a bold pick here. The video watchers can already see it, but you're just like so anticipatory right now.
Going with a running back?
Just tell me that. Running back. Can you guess?
I'm gonna guess Perine.
No.
Oh, okay. Is it Jaquiz?
It would be Jaquiz, except that I'm gonna go higher upside on this one instead of like a 3-week rental. With CJ Pro size. Yeah, looking at his ADP on this site, he wasn't going to make it back to me. So it's like a little bit of a reach in the 9th. But PPR, he will be the de facto pass catcher there. And there's a path to more playing time. I mean, when he was healthy last year, for like the blink of an eye that he was healthy, he was like an elite producer in all formats. So
I like it.
It's a nice flyer that has like a good floor in PPR because he will at least catch everything there.
Yeah, exactly. All right. It's up to me. I'm going to go another high upside guy, another post-hype sleeper, a bench stash favorite in John Smokey Brown.
I like it.
Who, again, should be at least the wide receiver 2 in Arizona. I mean, you have J.J. Nelson's there, but I think if John Brown is healthy, he'll fit into that wide receiver 2 role behind a Larry Fitzgerald, who is aging as well. And we've seen the same trend with Larry Fitzgerald, where he starts out hot and then kind of fades as the season progresses. So he's one of those guys that if he's on your team, you can think about trading. But with his downfall as the year progresses, you can look at John Brown to kind of fill the void there in Arizona's.
Yeah, I like him a lot as a post-hype guy.
I mean, he's explosive, and he's one of those guys that they look for deep down the field. So he'll get you that long touchdown here and there. But he's also a guy that they target in the mid-range as well.
Yeah, he runs a complete route tree. Yeah. He's not just a deep threat. Or Shurzy-wurzy, as they say.
Yeah. And he's pretty quick off the line. Like, John Brown was a guy that he was hyped up beyond all belief last year because of his line of scrimmage, like how quick he is to get on his route. And now I have to start thinking about who I'm going to take in the 10th. Is there any amazing quarterback value here? Yeah, there's still some great quarterbacks out there, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam Newton's sitting out there.
That's a good one. It's a nice, like, upside dart.
Yeah, in the 10th round. There's also Phillip Rivers.
Ooh, Phillip Rivers, bastard of the Trident. Rivers.
And there's Eli Manning, guys that are in good passing offenses.
The elite Eli Manning.
You have the Cam Newton, who should be a dual threat if he's healthy. But he's banged up a little bit. I mean, you can't really go wrong here. But I'm gonna pair a Phillip Rivers with my Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, they've always been elite-ish with their passing offense. The knock on the Chargers is that their offensive line has always been shit. They made necessary upgrades, even though they're dealing with injuries already. We're week 1 of the preseason, and it's starting again.
The first round O lineman tore his ACL. So
yeah, he's done.
Already bad.
So, but still, they should be. They can't be any worse than they were last year in terms of offensive line play. Of course, this is what you say with Seattle as well. Like, they can't be worse. So hopefully,
bro, Seattle has Luke Jokel now. They're gonna be elite. That's an elite offensive line.
Are you joking me right now?
All right. Well, this guy just fell in my lap, and I can't help but take him.
So why is there somebody in your lap? That's what I'm wondering. You were calling me a pedophile earlier? I don't know what's happening.
Well, I didn't say it was a child. It could be a grown-ass man, and it isn't Jonathan Stewart.
That's an elderly.
No, that's an old geriatric guy. But he ran ahead of Christian McCaffrey this week in his preseason, so it means very little. But I said this last week. I don't really buy McCaffrey as the de facto 3-down guy. So
insulting.
What?
That's insulting to all Stanford fans out there.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. I don't care about him. Ooh, what tight ends are out there? All right, I'm gonna. It's tight end time. Tight end hour. I know you're gonna want Zach Ertz, and I could snipe him, but instead, I'm gonna take my boy
pick Ebron.
Eric Ebron.
Oh, so you're gonna snipe Ebron instead?
Well, you could take Zach Ertz.
I could take Zach Ertz, but I mean, let's see what else is out there first. Wide receivers. There's a Jordan Matthews, who apparently could get traded. There's talk of that.
Everyone is always on the trade block.
I could just hedge my bet and take a Josh Doxson here, but I think he's going to fall. I'm hoping he's going to fall. So I am going to just snag my Zach Ertz as my tight end in the 11th round. Philadelphia should have... Oh, did I draft him? What's going on? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Philadelphia should have a pretty decent passing offense. with Carson Wentz in the second year. They have Alshon to take some pressure off the outside there. Torrey Smiths and Jordan Matthews who went. So there should be a lot of open field for Zach Ertz to run around. I mean,
he does run.
He does run. It's gonna be hard for a linebacker to cover a Zach Ertz. So I mean,
one of many.
I'd say Zach Ertz. He's a tight end 1. So that's with the tight end position. It's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah.
And in the 11th round, you're just taking again somebody who has the potential to be a top 5 tight end, and Zach Ertz fits, and he's right there in that conversation. I mean, he's no Delaney Walker, but he's a Zach Ertz.
Oh
my gosh,
right
what's going on? I just talked over my pick. It's gonna auto.
Gio, that's actually not bad.
That's who I was gonna pick anyway. So.
All right. Oh, you lucked out. You talked all the way from your last pick to your next one and then missed it. Woo.
Typical mock fashion.
Mocking.
Once you get to the 12th round, nobody really gives a shit. So it just things move at a fast pace. But Gio Bernard.
Yeah, no. Let me make my pick, and then you can talk about Gio Bernard. All right. All right. No. Actually. Ooh.
Saucy.
Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with the upside swing and Josh Doctson.
I was thinking about Doctson too. I mentioned it, but Doctson, I mean, in the 12th round, at the end of the 12th.
The end of the 12th.
Oh man. I mean, he has the upside.
This is where I would normally go with another running back. And I might still, looking at my running back group.
Any succulent choices out there?
I'm considering a Rex Burkhead in case he ends up with the job. I'm considering a DeAndre Washington, the actual handcuff in Oakland.
Wow. He's running with the second team, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a Jalen Richard.
But instead, I'm going to keep going high upside with a Kevin White. Lock it in.
There you go. Kevin White could turn into the Z guy.
Z guy. All right, back to you.
Z guy. Back to me. Let's see. I'm going to go with I'm going to go high upside, kind of like Kevin White, and a Tyler Poppett.
Oh, my locket.
Locket.
My locket.
In the 13th round. Basically, this would have been our wet dream last year with John Brown, Dante Moncrief, and Tyler Lockett on the same team. Are you kidding me?
Yours is the post-hype team.
And it's back to me. I don't think I'm going to waste my time drafting a kicker. So let's just see who. You know what? I'm going to go with another handcuff. Where is he? Oh, Jonathan Williams. Apparently he tweaked his hamstring tonight, but he looked pretty damn good. Yeah. With his preseason reps. And he is behind a Shady McCoy who gets hurt at least, 5-6 times a year. So
It is back to me. I'm going to take Rex Burkhead. Just as maybe he has a bigger role than Gillislee. Who really knows? It's the 14th round. And with my last pick, I'm not going to take either. I guess I'll take defense. I was thinking of just ignoring it, but that's I won't do that.
I'll be bold.
I'll take the Jacksonville defense because, why not? Sure. I don't even know who they play week 1.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just going to go Baltimore. Be more defense is always kind of decent. But at this point, it doesn't really matter. It's streaming D all the way. And that's it.
We did
Bada bing, bada boom. So let's make some comments. Give me your draft grade on your own draft.
I mean,
self-assessment.
It's an A+. Well, let's really look at this here. The wide receiver group, I feel very good about. It has like a nice combination of floor and ceiling. So it's hard to imagine. In PPR, the idea is that I would start a wide receiver in the flex. Yep. And because I went wide receiver heavy, I should win my flex most weeks. So really, my issue as a team is, can I win the RB2 spot? Because I'll win the RB1 with Lev Bell. So that's really where I have to assess my team. Did I get a good enough RB2 to win most weeks? I think I did all right there.
There's potential. Yeah.
It's mostly upside guys, and then the one safe one, and Jonathan Stewart of just here's someone I can start that won't totally torpedo me.
That will get it. Yeah, he'll get his touches.
Yeah. So it's I have upside in that spot, so it could go well, it could go bad, but yeah, I feel fine about this. I think it's a decent PPR draft.
Yeah. And we kind of went in different directions.
Yeah.
You stacked up on your wide receivers in rounds 2 through 5. Uh, I kind of had to take the value where I was sitting in the middle at pick 5. I mean, when Jordan Howard fell to me in the second round, and when Carlos Hyde fell to me in the fourth round, like towards the end of the fourth round, I kind of had to take them there, which means there's a little bit more of an even distribution. So where my concern would be is the flex then, because I should have a solid RB1 and RB2 and Howard and Hyde, H squared, and then wide receiver 1 and 2 with Julio and Keenan. Then looking at the flex, I mean, it has to be one of these wide receivers, most likely, or Mark Ingram if he, steps into that RB1 conversation. But I feel pretty good starting maybe a Crowder, a Benjamin, maybe John Brown blows up or Dante Moncrief blows up. So basically, you're just giving yourself a chance. Like what you did with your RB2, you have a lot of guys that could potentially fill that role.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking at in the flex. And winning the flex position, you have more options, I suppose. So you can put a running back there. You can put a wide receiver there. I have a Gio Bernard that I took that the computer took for me in the 12th round. But I mean, he's a guy. Yeah, he's a guy in the 12th round in a PPR league. I mean, he is perfect because you have Joe Mixon, who is supposedly going to be the guy. You have Jeremy Hill, who apparently now the talk is he's going to be the starter. But then they put an asterisk there, unless he's injured or doesn't perform, which I feel like he always fits into one of those voids.
That's like every player. Like, they're gonna play unless they don't. It's like, okay.
Yeah, sure. So it doesn't mean anything. So we really don't know what's gonna happen, and he'll have a role there, Gio Bernard. He always does. And then a Jonathan Williams, Tyler Lockett. There's a lot of options there. So I think drafting at 5, I'm very happy. I think it's an A draft, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, not anywhere between A and F, anywhere in there.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. I'm either going to win or I'm not. I mean, going with the whole Jeremy Hill philosophy. That's basically it.
Yeah.
With Pipper long stockings in the bag.
That is it, guys. The pepper and the salt is in the bag. Next week we'll start doing like looking more at strategies, specific strategies. We did a little bit of zero RB, but maybe we'll go deeper with that. Because I kind of like fudge zero RB. It's not like a true one. So maybe we'll try that out. And
robust as well.
We'll try robust.
We'll see what happens with that. And then we'll probably throw in some just general shows. Maybe talk about the current ADPs.
Yeah.
The landscape of the fantasy world. Because drafts are going to start to happen sooner than we think.
A couple weeks, yeah.
I mean, damn, we're almost midway through August.
Whew.
It's happening. Football is here.
Football is here.
Are you my echo? Just in a relatively normal.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Thanks for coming by, guys and gals.
Much appreciate it.
Animals, children, stay away from Derek.
I was just gonna say, and children.
Children.
This video is gonna get taken down.
Yeah, it's gonna get.
It's gonna get flagged.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Good use of our time. All right.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
We'll be back next week. And bye. What?
I said, or we won't.
Or we won't. We'll be back in the future.
Just keep it vague, ambiguous.
Who knows? Just have to wait and see. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Catch you on the flippy floppies.
Catch you on the flippy floppies.
Peace.